Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back at our kingdom of ballet in Going Medieval. In the previous episode, we built this kitchen inside our fortress, and with that we can now provide some advanced type of foods to our settlers. However, just making some nice meals isn't enough in this game. We need to keep those fresh until our settlers want to eat them. Because in this game, most of the items decay and rot over time. We can actually see that if we click on a food item we already have. Take this cabbage for example. It will rot in 1 day and 3 hours, and it will decompose in 2 days and 13 hours. However, the rate of decay of items depend on some external factors such as room temperature, the ground type, whether it's exposed to some weather conditions, and finally if it's underwater or not. Most of these environmental factors can be mitigated just by having it inside a room. However, we can't do that with the temperature. And for items like food, temperature is the main reason why they rot and decompose. If we take a look at the temperature factors of this cabbage pile, if we can make the room temperature that this is stored in closer to 0 degrees Celsius, the rate of decomposition goes down to almost 0. Which means we can store food items for an infinite amount of time without ever being decayed. But from my experience, it's really hard for us to achieve 0 degrees Celsius in this game. But we can go pretty close to that. If we take a look at the environmental temperature heat map, the outside temperature is almost at 22 degrees Celsius, which is pretty bad for storing food items. But if we take a look at the temperature of the room that we are storing food in, this room is at 16.5 degrees Celsius. So just by separating our rooms from the outside environment, we can make them much colder. In this game, temperature inside a room actually depends on the surrounding temperature of that particular room. So in order to make a colder room, we need to surround our room with the colder environment. And in this game, we can do that by going underground. If we take a look at the temperatures underground, it's actually at 0 degrees Celsius. So in theory, making a room underground should place that room's temperature closer to the 0 degrees as well. So in today's episode, we're going to build an underground cellar so we can keep our food items for a longer period of time. So the first thing we need to create a cellar is we need a way to go down underground. And I think right here inside our kitchen seems like a good place to have an access point to our underground cellar. I know we just built these floors, but let's go ahead and demolish them so we can make some space for creating some stairs. Then we need to actually dig out this ground so we can actually place some staircase. And this should be enough for replacing the staircase, I guess. While that work is going ahead, we need to focus on our research again. Because we do have some chronicles to do some research now. So first things first, we haven't did this last time, we need to unlock decorations. With decorations, we get pottery shelves, and we do need pottery shelves to assign our kitchen building officially as a kitchen. And we also have a few more chronicles left to us to do some other research, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and unlock tailoring. With tailoring, we can start making clothes, and our people do need clothes to protect themselves from the environment. Which means we're gonna have to build another building to create our tailoring workshop. And this place right here inside our fortress wall seems like a good place to create our new workshop. It is right opposite to our kitchen. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is mirror the kitchen building at this side of the wall. Yeah, I think this is gonna be more than enough space for a new workshop. So what we need to do is let our builders construct this building. Even though we built the stove last time, I forgot to set this to make any food. So we are not making any foods right now. We do have a lot more options for food items in here. We have lavish meals, pickled vegetables, salted eels, and animal feed. And we also need to get our meat production up and running again as well. Oh, one other thing, I didn't know what to do with these dung piles, so I asked you guys for help, and apparently we can make some sort of a fuel with it. Yeah, we can make dung bricks using dung and hay. So we can use that instead of logs and sticks for our furnaces and kilns. So let's go ahead and start making some dung bricks. And set the amount to be 100. So our settlers have dug down to the level where I want to create our cellar. And let's plan out how we're gonna do this. We can have a door right here. Then I want this to be large enough so we can have enough food items. But the main thing I'm concerned about right now is we don't want to go all the way to the outside in this level. If we do that, it's gonna consider as connected to the outside and we're gonna lose all point of being underground. So I think for this cellar, I'm gonna make it the size of the kitchen upstairs, and I think that should be more than enough storage for our food items right now. Yeah, I think this could work. So let's mark all of this down for digging. And all we need to do right now is wait for our settlers to dig this cellar. Barking up the wrong tree. She was found faint and bleeding by a citizen of Palais. From the axe and the shattered lumber, Nicola had clearly experienced a woodcutting mishap. Would you let them stay and heal? The settlers slammed the door shut, leaving Nicola outside. The settler decided to welcome her into Palais. Oh, we're gonna get a new settler. She does have pretty good mining skills, and that's exactly what we need because we are building an underground cellar. We could really use another hand, so let's accept her to our kingdom. So she's currently wounded, so one of our settlers should go there and treat her. And after that, she should be able to help us with building our cellar. With that shelf down, we can start storing our food items in our new cellar. Let's make sure we're only storing food items in here because the space available to us in this cellar is pretty limited. Then we can copy this shelf and place it down a couple more times in this cellar so it should retain the set values of the original shelf. Unfortunately, we need to keep these cells empty so people can come in and out and access the shelves. And with that, I think we can call it we have completed building this cellar. So our kingdom has a place to store food items for a longer period of time. Oh, they are already bringing in food items to here. If you check the decomposition stats of these two right now, it's gonna last 1 year and 9 days. And the cabbage is gonna last 19 days and 3 hours. If you remember previously, this is gonna only last 3 days. So our cellar is doing exactly what it needs to do and is keeping our food items fresh for a longer period of time. Right now, our kingdom has a farm to grow vegetables and a kitchen to create nice foods with them and a cellar to keep those nice food fresh for a longer period of time. All in all, this seems like a really productive episode. So I think I'm going to leave this episode here for today. If you enjoyed this playthrough, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. As always, thank you guys for watching. See you all in the next one.